morning, my loves. Good morning, my darlings. I'm Aja Vansika of ShiriWelding.com, and I'm so very excited to be speaking with you guys today. Thank you so much, Becky, for allowing me to come and share all my stuff. And hopefully, all my stuff is something that's going to help you in your business and in your life. Thank you again. Thank you, Becky, for allowing me to speak to everyone and share my goods. Okay, so I am going to be sharing with you something that I would like to actually think of as like a pathway or a way of thinking that maybe you might not have actually considered. It is my experiences that I'm sharing with you. This is my pathways. This is my practices. This is what I do in my life and in my business. And since I've been doing it, it has really helped me. I can't tell you that it solved every problem in my life, but it has been a very beautiful beginning. And that's what I'm offering you. I'm not offering you here a magic pill, or I'm not offering you a solution to everything that's going on in your life. What I'm offering you is a beginning, okay? A beginning. So with that being said, how do you want to feel in your business? That is the question of the day. Well, that is not just the question of the day. That is the question that you should be asking yourself before you make a business plan, before you make your goals, before you make your to-do list, before you make decisions, and before you get those products and services out to the world. That is the question that should be driving everything that you're doing, not just in your business, but in your life. Because our life and our business are so intertwined, it's almost impossible to separate the two. I know that a lot of times there are people out there that will actually kind of say that they should be separate, but what I've learned in my life is that they are not. So how do you want to feel in your business? Why is that an important thing? Why is that the question that you should be asking yourself before you do anything? Well, the reason why is because when you think about how we've been taught to live our lives, how we've been taught to come up with successes and the happiness and the joy that we have in our lives, it is something that has been taught to us from a traditional point of view, traditional strategies and things like that, which are all good, but most of the time, the outcomes of these are based off of the point of view and the strategies and the outcomes, the goals that men actually want to have. So us as women, we are a little bit different. We are very emotional based. We kind of thrive off of our emotions. We kind of live by them. That's just how we're built. That's how we're created. It's not a bad thing. What has happened is that we have just been untaught how to actually live in a world that allows our emotions to be our driving force in a good way, to be of benefit to us, okay? So, hey, Becky, thanks so much for joining. Thanks again for having me here. I'm so excited to be here. So, when you think about how you want to feel in your business, when you put that first, then it becomes the driving force for what makes you happy. And of course that leads to your best success, and it allows you to show up in a way that just brings everyone else joy. I mean, when you're doing something that you actually want to do, that you actually really love, people can tell. People can see it in your energy. They can see it on your face. They can just feel it. It comes across in the words and your body language and your message and your graphics. It comes across in that when you are actually in feel-good mode. And that is actually what we are all here to establish for ourselves, feel-good mode. So how do we get there? How do we get to feel-good mode? Well, one of the first things that I had to deal with in my life, the same thing that I'm going to tell you here today, is honesty. That is so big for us, because we see all these different things. We see the people on Facebook with their pictures of their beach poses with their laptops and things like that. And we listen to all the people telling us what all we have to do to have the success, what all we have to do to feel good and be happy, right? And sometimes those things that we're seeing and the things that we're being told are not actually in alignment with who we really are as a person. And that kind of hinders us from being able to really go deep enough and reconnect with how we really want to feel to actually start living that. And when you think about that, how do you really want to feel? How do you want to feel? Sometimes even that's a hard thing to actually reconnect with. We're not able to actually even decide how we want to feel. So that's what I want to share with you today is some of the tips and tools and the resources that I use to kind of get myself back in. How do I want to feel so that I can actually make a plan for my life and for my business to actually live that? Okay, so here's a tip that I want to give you. All right. So because a lot of us really don't know how we want to feel, it's just not something, again, that we've been taught to. And it's not our fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault if you don't know exactly how it is that you want to feel, even on a day-to-day basis, even in just being at home and on your couch, getting up in the morning. How do you want to feel when you're talking with your friends? How do you want to feel when you're having dinner? How do you want to feel when you're out shopping? How do you want to feel while you're sitting here on Facebook Live? You know, it's just not something that we have been able to connect with. And it's not your fault because of the way that we've been taught to live our lives, which is, again, based off of what the traditional strategies are, and that's really for men. It's not really for women. So there really isn't a right or wrong way to dive into how you want to feel. It's just whatever comes up for you. So that's where I want you to start with. In the moment. We can't change the past. I'm sure you guys have heard that 1,000,003 times. We can't change the past, and living for the future is really not promised. So what are we doing there? But you can understand that what you did yesterday is showing up in your today, and what you do today is going to show up in your tomorrow. So right now, this is a trick. I want you guys to try this whenever you get a chance. Just sit in your right now and just think about, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? And if it's not a feeling that you want to feel, then just kind of start asking yourself, well, I don't like the way that I'm feeling now. This is the way that I'm feeling. So how would I like to feel instead? Sometimes it really helps for us to actually look at what we don't want in our lives, how we don't want to feel, so that we can get to how we actually want to feel. That's a whole other thing with the whole positivity and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes it takes the negative to actually move into the positive. So just looking at the moment, being in the moment, and just asking yourself, how am I feeling right now? Just really just kind of sit with it. That will start to help you begin to reconnect with your feelings and actually to get honest. And I have to say that with just really true passion, honesty, because that's something that is really hard for us. It's something that I went through. It was so hard to be honest with my truth. And one of my truths that I found for myself is that I'm a chameleon. I love change, but it doesn't look so good in the outside world or in the business world or anything for me to keep changing who I am, how I show up, what I'm doing today. What is Audra doing today? Yesterday she was doing this. Now today she's doing that. It doesn't look so good to people. It looks like I don't know what I want. It looks like I don't know how I want to show up in this world, or what I'm even trying to perpetuate in my life. That's what it looks like. But if I'm honest with myself, that's what makes me feel good. I don't like not having change in my life. I like to change my surroundings. I love to change my living room around, my bedroom, my office. I just change up things because I like to see new things. So that also played a big role in my business. Most of the time, like I said, your life and your business are intertwined. So what's going on in your life is going to show up in your business. Almost every time, if you think about whatever's going on in your relationships, is going to show up in your workplace. You're going to bring that with you. Or if you're having money issues, that's going to show up in your relationships. You're going to bring all that with you. So if it's good stuff that's happening, it's going to be good stuff that's going to show up. If it's bad stuff that's happening, it's going to be bad things that you're taking into each of the areas in your life. So no different than what's going on in your life is going to actually show up in your business. So for me, when I actually got clear and honest, there's that word again, honest, oh my God. When I actually got clear and honest with myself about the change that I just completely adored in my life, it actually started to come up in my business. And that was a problem. because I can control that in my life. Nobody has to see my life. Nobody has to deal with me changing my living room around, but my kids or my significant other or whatever. Can you guys understand what I'm saying about that? Give me a one in the comment section if you guys can really understand that I didn't have to deal with the change in my life, in my business. Well, should I say people didn't have to see that? They didn't have to see it. Yes. Being honest with yourself is so hard. Yes, it is. Exactly. But when it starts showing up in my business, then it was like, oh, Houston, hello, there's a party going on over here. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? There was a lot of backlash that I got. And that's something that I want you guys to know that you're going to deal with, and it's okay. It is okay. Why is it okay? Because everybody has their own opinions, including you. You have an opinion about so-and-so. Somebody has an opinion about so-and-so. Everybody judges. We're human beings. We're not going to never just not judge. Even when we don't think we're judging, we're judging. Kind of lipstick she got on. Why is she wearing black nail polish? What is that ring on her finger? Why is her hair like that? All of that stuff. You may think it and it may not even ever come out of your mouth, but you're still judging. Even if it's a good judgment. I like her eyeshadow. That is really pretty. It's still a judgment. So that's why it's okay when people come up or they pop up and they start talking about the things that you're doing in your life and your business. It's okay. You do the same thing. Let it go. All right, I judge, we judge. People are going to judge. So when that honesty comes up about how you really want to feel in your business, how you really want to feel in your life, let it happen. But don't sit there in it. Don't wallow in it. Just sit there. They're going to do it just like you're going to do it. So what does all of this have to do with how do you want to feel in your business? Okay, I didn't understand what you're saying, Danny. Okay, so how does all of this coincide with how do you want to feel in your business? How do you want to feel? The way that it works is this. If you are showing up in a way that makes you feel good, then you're going to actually attract the people that, oh, no problem, Danny. I'm so happy that you're here, girl. If you are showing up in a way that makes you feel good, then you're going to just automatically attract the people who are meant to hear your message or meant to be in your tribe, to purchase your services, your products, or whatever it is that you're there for. They're just going to automatically show up to you. I'm not going to say it's going to be like it's going to all happen in 1 month. It can be a very slow process or it can be a very fast one. I can't tell you how that works, fast or slow. I can only tell you that it works. When you show up feeling great and wonderful, then you're at your best and people are seeing you at your best, which makes people feel good. It makes them want to be around you. That it's just so easy and it's so hard. It's so easy because when you actually figure out that you can show up just being yourself in whatever way that makes you feel good, then all the answers start to come. Like, let me say this. Okay. So when I came up with 5 words that I want to feel, I do this every year. And whatever it is that these 5 words are, well, actually this year I picked 4. And my words are simplicity, wild-hearted, divinely guided, and luxury. These are the things that I want to experience in my life. These are the feelings that I want to bring in my life. So then I start to ask myself, what kind of things are going to allow me to feel this way? It becomes a decision-making process. It becomes your decision-making process. When you start to figure out how you want to feel, then you can decide what products make you feel. What products are going to make me feel luxurious? What products can I create that are going to make me feel to have the simplicity in my life? What can I do that's going to add to the wild-heartedness that I want to create? It just becomes a complete and utter decision-making process. Now, I'm not telling you that's easy to get there. It is not easy to get there, but it becomes an easier process for you to actually show up in your business. What should I be creating? How should I be showing up in my business? Well, all these answers will come from how you want to feel. So, for instance, I'm not a blogger. I'm not a blogger. I love to blog. Sometimes I really get into writing and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like to podcast. I really enjoy talking, if you hadn't noticed. I like to talk. And so I really, really enjoy that. Sometimes I enjoy doing videos. I don't have a problem with Facebook Lives. I don't have a problem popping up on video. It's fun to me, but I don't want to do it all the time. I don't want to podcast all the time. I don't want to blog all the time. So I had to get honest with myself about that. You got to stick with one thing. You got to only do this. You got to only that. Why? I want to do what I want to do. And when I started doing what I wanted to do, that's when the people started connecting with me. And it was just so effortless. It was so effortless because I was only focused on this girl right here. I was focused on making her feel good. And you know what they say about happy people? Happy people make people happy. Because I was showing up at my best. And I didn't care about what I was supposed to do. The only thing that I was supposed to do was feel good. And by me showing up and feeling good, then I was able to make other people feel good. And I was able to make other people actually get into reconnecting with who they really are and how they want to feel. And that made me feel good. It was just like I'm going to make you feel good. You're going to make me feel good. We're going to keep all this rolling. So I hope that kind of makes sense. So getting back to the basics. Getting back to the basics of life, of business. That's what it's all about. So if you're confused about anything in your business, go back to the basics of what feels good. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're confused about what logo you should be having, or if you're confused about what you should be writing about, if you're confused about should you podcast or should you blog, well, which one of those things make you feel good? Just getting back to the basics. A lot of times we put a lot of emphasis on what our clients want. But at the end of the day, if you're not feeling good, showing up in the way that your client wants you to show up, then you're not going to stick with it. And if you do, you're going to be miserable and you're going to make other people miserable. So let your feelings be your guide. Let your feelings be your roadmap. And just write it out today. Here's something that I would love for you guys to do. Simple, simple, simple. How do I want to feel today? And if you have a problem with figuring out how do you want to feel today, writing that out, start with how you don't want to feel. I don't want to feel like crap. I don't want to feel like shit. I don't want to feel lazy. I don't want to feel enclosed. I don't want to feel like I can't run around my house naked. I want to feel free. I don't want to feel trapped. I don't want to feel like what me and Danny were talking about before. I don't want to feel like I have to compare myself to other people. Well, this is how you get to not compare yourself to other people, is you figure out how you want to feel and you go with that. That's your guide, is how you want to feel. So like I said, this is what I would love for you guys to do today. Grab a notebook, paper, whatever, and just for today, just write out how you want to feel today. How do you want to feel today? Just for today, what kind of feeling outcomes would you like to experience today? I would like to experience ease. That's what I want to feel today. I want to feel really easy. So what kind of things will make me feel easy? Well, when I hop over here, I'm going to go right to YouTube and I'm going to watch Rosemary in Thyme. It's an old British show. I don't know if people even know watch that. It's old and I like it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to relax. Security. Oh my gosh. Security. I love that. I want to feel secure. I want to have security. I want to feel sustained. I want to feel, what's the word? Stability. I want some stability. I want to feel stable. I want to feel calm. No childcare means which can be tough for me. Yes, it can be. You want to feel calm, but there are some things that you can do today that will allow you to feel calm. Maybe not in this very, very moment when you have a screaming child, but even in that feeling, knowing where you want to go can help you to make the better decisions. I want to feel capable. Oh, yes. I love that. I want to feel capable. Well, Bobby, what will make you feel capable? What kind of things can you do today? Just today. We're not talking about every day. We're not talking about building a routine. Just today. What kind of things today can you do to make you feel capable? Could that be reading a book about, I don't know, Maya Angelou. I don't know. It's just something, whatever. What can make you feel capable today? I want to feel peaceful. Oh, Emily, here's the other part of that. What does that mean? Because peaceful to me may mean different than what peaceful means to you. For me, peaceful is in with my simplicity. Let me see if I can pull this down so I can show you guys. This is what, how can I get that? There we go. Wild-hearted, simplicity, luxury, divinely guided. For me, peaceful is simplicity. For me, peaceful is wild-hearted. For me, peaceful is divinely guided. So what does that mean? That's the other thing that you get to choose when you are deciding how you want to fill in your business, is what do those things mean? Because wild-hearted for me might mean something different for you. Drink wine, yes, but not a whole bunch, okay? Becky, let's not go too much, okay? drink you some wine, girl, but let's not get drunk and, let the kid just run all about the house, and we don't want that. Okay. Thank you so much, Bobby. I love this. This should be a question posted on my mirror. Oh my gosh, how much do I love that? Yes. How do I want to feel today? How do I want to feel today? That should be your driving force in your business. That should be your driving force in your life. Okay. I decided that I was going to make my whole life about how I want to feel. Okay. Now that means that you got to say no to some stuff. That's kind of hard. Okay. But that also means when you're saying no to some stuff, that you're opening up yourself to say yes to the things that you need to be saying yes to. You're opening up yourself to saying yes to the things that people need from you. And here's the other thing. The other thing is that because we're so much in a box that this is what we're supposed to do to get here, when you let your feelings be your guide, then the doors open up, the possibilities open up, because when you say, what can I do today to feel capable? That's not in a box. You have the whole world at your leisure, and you never know where that's going to lead you in your business. It opens up doors that you didn't even know was possible when you allow your feelings to be your guide, because you're going after the feeling. The feeling is what you're going for, not the object. It's the feeling. So that means that feeling can come from anything. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that I could feel this way doing my business. I didn't know I could feel this way being around a screaming kid. Oh, what fun. I didn't know I could feel this way with my clients. I didn't know if I could feel this way in a course that I'm doing. I didn't know that I could feel this way when I'm writing or it becomes anything. It becomes anything. Anything becomes possible when you let your feelings be your guide, and you just open up the doors just open. You didn't even know were possible. That's exactly what happened to me. And I'm not saying my life is perfect. You see that red tape on that on that curtain back there? That's not perfect. That is so ugly and ratchet. Okay. But I didn't have a way to put anything up there because it's a really hard door and I couldn't hammer through it. But that's ratchet. That's not perfect. Okay. And no, I'm not saying that's the only thing that's wrong in my life is a really bad curtain hanging situation I got over there. Okay. Okay. So let me answer this question. What can I tell myself? What do you mean, Danny? Explain. What can I tell myself? So while she's writing that out, hopefully she's still here. Jamie said, saying no is incredibly hard, especially when you feel as though you have to say yes in order to remain stable. Well, you know what? There are things you have to say yes to. Those are non-negotiables. My son, when he gets out of school, I have to pick him up. I have to say yes to that. Or I can hire someone to pick him up, but right now that's not possible. So I have to say yes to picking up my kid. There are non-negotiables, but everything in life is not a non-negotiable. Everything, we make it that, but it's not. Everything in life is not a non-negotiable. There are non-negotiables, and you have to put that on your calendar because that's just life. Let's just be realistic. That is life. But let's work around that. Let's work around those non-negotiables. Okay, so Danny says to stop comparing. What can I tell myself to stop comparing? Girl, that is the biggest thing that I had to deal with in my business. Let me tell you why. What I'm sharing with you is much like Danielle LaPorte's desire map. It's much like Abraham Hicks' Will Everything. It's much like The Universe Has Your Back, Gabrielle Bernstein. These are people who I love. They're doing the same thing I'm doing, or I'm doing the same thing they're doing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The people, the way that I'm explaining things and the way that I'm showing up is not the way that Danielle LaPorte shows up. It's not the way that Gabby Bernstein shows up. It's not the way that Abraham Hicks shows up. And the experiences that I have in my life are not the same as theirs. This is what I had this, oh my gosh, Danny had the same problem. But they're already doing it. I mean, nobody knows me. And so, like, what am I going to do? Like, I shouldn't be doing this because it's already being done. But girl, this is my life. This is my life. This is what I love. This is what makes me feel good. So I had to say, bump all that. I'm going to show up the way that I want to show up. It's just, if you go after the feeling, they become something that doesn't matter. They become something that does not matter. They're doing what they want to do in their lives. Why shouldn't you? So when we compare ourselves, it's to me, it's a natural thing, especially being online. We see all this stuff all the time, day in, day out. I mean, we live online. So it's easy to see what people are doing and the comparing and where I should be and where. But if you start to let those feelings be your guide, be the how do I want to feel today, then they start to slowly not matter. And this is the other thing I really want you to take to heart is that everybody around here is living their own lives. They're living their lives. They are doing what the hell they want to do. So should you. They are doing what they want to do. Even the people who are living in their box or you think shouldn't be living in their box, that's a choice that they've made. They've decided to live in that box. I'm Muslim. A lot of people don't even know that because I do a lot of witchy stuff and priestess stuff and I don't wear my hijab and I don't have Islamic clothing on. But I'm still Muslim. I don't want to be in a box that the way that some people decide to be in a box. I'm not saying that their life is wrong. I'm saying that for me, this is the way I want to live my life, and I'm still claiming to be Muslim. That's the way that they want to live their lives, and they're still claiming to be Muslim. So if they can live their lives the way that they want to do it, so can I. So can this girl here. Okay, yes, there is only one of you. Each of us is unique, and even if Aja and I did the same exact presentation, it would be different. Some folks would love her style. Others would love mine. Exactly. And that's the other thing that it does is when you are feeling good and having a good time, those people who are for you, they're going to be attracted to you. You guys are going to connect. And those people who are not, they're just not. And that's good. It's good because they get to go find who they need to go find to help them. They need to do that. We all have our choices. It's some people that I just don't like and I don't connect with. It's some people that I really love and I really connect with. So it's just when you think about yourself and your own life, everybody else have those options as well. My English is going. Okay, so Bobby says it's like putting on blinders and just focusing on what we want and need to accomplish. Yes. And that those blinders, that focus is on you feeling good. I promise you things will change. Things will be different. It's not a magic pill though, but I promise you'll start seeing things a whole lot different. Your options will change. The way that you make your decisions will change if you let your feelings and how you want to feel be your guide. It's not easy, but it's not impossible either. Okay? So that's all that I have to say to you guys. I will be popping in throughout the day between watching Rosemary and Thyme because I'm not lying. That's what I'm getting ready to do. If I can share my screen with you all see the tab is already up. I'm going to push that button as soon as I get off here because I feel like having an easy day. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch my Rosemary and Thyme and I'm going to work a little. And I'm going to watch my Rosemary and Thyme and I'm going to work a little. So I will be popping in here throughout the day. If you guys have any questions at all, please, you can hit me up here in the comment section of this post. You can message me. I'm easy. I'm just, please go ahead. And so whether you're here live or in the replay, I'm available for you guys today. So I hope that you guys have gotten a lot out of this. It has come straight from my heart. And the only thing I can really explain to you guys is unequivocally, this is just the way I live my life. It may not work for you, but I'm just asking you to give it a try because you never know what might come from it. It may not exactly come what you want to come from it, but you may find some other answers. Okay, so that's it, you guys. So much love for you guys, and thank you so much, Becky. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Bye.